Welcome, lore seekers. Today we unravel the mysteries behind the Book of Vile Darkness, one of the most infamous artifact of evil in all of Dungeons & Dragons. If you've ever wondered about its forbidden origins, corrupting magic, and apocalyptic secrets, join me as we turn its blighted pages, one by one, into darkness. We begin in ages past, on the world of Earth. The Book of Vile Darkness had humble beginnings, a single scroll penned by a Vacheron spellcaster. This necromancer poured his darkest insights into the scroll, seeking to catalogue evil in all its forms, a testament and guide for future villains. The scroll did not languish in obscurity. It passed through the hands of a priestess of Nerul, god of death, who added her own fell wisdom. Over centuries, evil clerics and sorcerers, each from different cults and faiths, continued the tradition, infusing their own blasphemies and knowledge. Eventually, the living scroll grew so thick with vileness that Vecna, god of secrets and undeath, claimed it. Vecna transcribed the ragged papers into a bound volume, binding it with human face flesh and demon bone. This was the genesis of the artifact, now whispered about as the Book of Vile Darkness. After Vecna's involvement, the book's notoriety only grew. Worshippers of Erithnul, god of slaughter, made several perfect copies. Over time, 6 true books of vile darkness entered existence, each a unique vessel for boundless evil, while many imperfect and often dangerous forgeries proliferated throughout the multiverse. The physical form of the book is as disturbing as its reputation. One copy might bear mottled, stitched-together covers. Another, mismatched pages of flesh, vellum, and other horrific media. Every true book is unique, reflecting the obsessions and practices of its contributors. Unsurprisingly, reading it is a nightmarish ordeal. Because the book is not a uniform tome, but a patchwork monstrosity, it is excruciatingly hard to navigate. Styles, languages, and even magical inks shift from page to page. It typically takes the reader about 80 hours to get through the entire contents. A dreadful journey measured in sanity, not just time. At its core, the Book of Vile Darkness is a compendium of all evil. Its pages contain every vile ritual, atrocity, dark spell, and heretical secret devised by mortals and gods alike. Reading it is to glimpse the very soul of evil, and few survive the experience unchanged. This is no metaphor. The book literally warps those who peruse it. For evil divine spellcasters, completing the tome brings great power, offering both insight and an unspeakable edge in magical mastery. Yet, this knowledge leaves them visibly altered, marked by grotesque features and an aura of dreadful intimidation. Conversely, neutral readers suffer both physical and spiritual harm. Their alignment inexorably drifts toward evil, and neutral divine spellcasters lose spiritual vitality, paying a price for forbidden knowledge without reaping its dark rewards. Good aligned individuals face even more dire consequences. Merely touching the book can attract a fiend's lethal attention. Should a good divine spellcaster try to plumb its secrets, it leads to death or permanent madness, as the book drains life and soul with utter indifference. The book's corruption radiates beyond the reader. Everyone within 5 feet feels compelled toward chaos and evil. This compulsion can be weaponized by a cunning owner. The book then becomes not only a tool, but a hazard to any would-be hero or rival. Notably, the book is sentient and cunning. It shifts its content, concealing deadly secrets or revealing them at its own discretion. Should it deem a wielder unworthy, it can withhold powers, sabotage the owner's efforts, or, if spurned entirely, destroy both the reader and their very soul. This blighted tome is infamous for another reason. It can be edited by new owners. Each adds or removes pages, recording fresh blasphemies, unholy rituals, or revelations of cruelty. Every true book of vile darkness becomes a living record of unceasing and evolving evil. Aside from magical knowledge, the book can teach the infamous dark speech, the primal language of evil gods and fiends. Just uttering a word in dark speech can corrupt the world, break minds, and amplify magic. Most mortals cannot withstand even a single syllable. The book's presence blights the land. Plants die, animals flee, and even the air feels heavier. Whole regions have slipped into decay after mere contact with this artifact, a silent curse that marks the book's passage through history. Not just a source of forbidden lore, the book also serves as a mighty magical implement, especially potent against those of good or neutral alignment. Evil spellcasters can bend fiends, undead, and corrupted souls to their will through its power, but always at a heavy price. Cunning evildoers covet the book, but even archfiends approach it with respect. Notable owners have included not just Vecna, but Kara Zastan, Thuba Malene, Ebomara, and perhaps even Baal-Zelbul. Each has left their mark, whether by adding new chapters or infusing the book with their personal brand of depravity. Perhaps the greatest threat hidden within its pages is knowledge of Atropos, the world-born dead. Atropos is an undead primordial, a moon-sized harbinger of annihilation. The book contains the rituals that, if completed, could draw Atropos and bring the extinction of all life on a world. Atropos' lore details its destructive passage. First seen in the skies of Glyph, drawn by Mind Flayer's devastation, it left the planet lifeless and ruined. Prophecies within the book suggest Atropos' gaze could one day fall upon Faerun, a threat that has the few who know of it living in constant dread. Efforts to destroy or hide the book have had little lasting effect. On Toril, one copy was secured in a Mistran mage's extra-dimensional vault after a sequence of thefts and betrayals. Yet the book inevitably re-emerges, drawn by the ambitions of mortal and fiendish wielders alike. Within D&D's broader mythos, the Book of Vile Darkness occupies a role matched by few peers. The Book of Exalted Deeds, its exalted opposite, and the Librum of Ineffable Damnation, a kindred tome. Yet none radiate the same adaptable, living evil found in this artifact. Ultimately, encountering the Book of Vile Darkness is a challenge not just for characters' physical and magical prowess, but for their very souls. Its temptation promises power, but the price is corruption, madness, and sometimes the end of an entire world. Thank you for joining me down this darkest of paths. May your curiosity serve as a warning. In the worlds of Dungeons and Dragons, evil never dies. It merely finds new authors for the book. Until next time, may the dice favor your willpower and spare your soul from the world-born dead.